It looks like this market said, the hell with those China stocks. We don't need them. We're still going to rally. Let's go. Let's get into at the close and find out how we are still up. Yet a lot of these China stocks are up over 15% on the downside. What's going on? Let's find out from Joel Elconin how he sees this market.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Well. Looks like this market said we don't need Chinese stocks, right? I mean, it don't matter if 40 stocks over here on my my radar are deeper than 15% in the red. The SPY is green. That's all that matters.
We just need to channel, okay? This morning we were channeling 38.20, right? That's all 38.20, 38.20, 38.20. The high of the day, 38.22. It wasn't so easy, though. We got nice and green on the session. Then they took it red. It was about a 50 handle sell off. Everyone was bracing for a test of the pre market low and found support after the just below the close and chugging higher here. This is going to be our highest close for the month of October, man. Think about that. The dollar is helping out. It's down a dime, 111.87, just selling off a little bit. Man, if you're looking for the Fed with this, I'll say it again, man. The TLT is screaming, no pivot, no pivot. New low for the move, down 59 cents, 92.58. Crude's down 27 cents, but oil stocks don't care. 84.78. Gold down a $1.90, 1654.50. Silver, that's in the green by 16 cents at 1923. Bitcoin, why don't we just stay in the 19,000 handle forever? Up 160 bucks at 19,355 in Ethereum futures. They're moving much higher on a percentage basis. They're up $46.50. That's 3.57% at 1347.50.
All right, should we run through the China disaster? I mean, I don't even know if it matters, but we can run through these charts. There's so much to talk about. I mean, you could probably take your pick, right, of the names, and if they have anything to do with China, they're getting destroyed today. We can pick some that are kind of the leaders to the downside. Of course, PDD, one of the charts that was hanging on the dailies, now really not looking like it's hanging on.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's so tempting to try and buy the dip in these stocks, but it just hasn't worked.
Yeah.
I mean, here you came into 40. I did see the Bobster coming it did come into some monthly support and bounce, but I guess what they're forecasting here is just more of the same towards technology stocks. And but was there any kind of anticipation that that this guy wasn't going to get
No. I mean, from what everybody was pointing to, this was the expected outcome. Don't know why I hear you there, Joel. You make a perfect important point, right? Was this the expected outcome and what was going on? Yeah, it was the expected outcome. Now this takedown is a little bit weird. To me, this seems like they're preparing for more disaster to the downside. I ain't going to be the one to say it, but I'm really worried what's going to happen towards the end of the year and through this midterm if China doesn't invade Taiwan, because it just seems like they're just looking like, all right, well, we'll take down our own markets. What makes them think that they don't want to go into Taiwan? I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that does for their economy. I have no idea. Like the wrap that I'm sending out, it's decoupling in real time, right? And things just don't happen according to the textbook. But man, these things, if you want to take a shot at them, the Bobster is off its low of the move, $58. I looked at some monthly lows from 58 to 60. Man, another big old gap to fill. At up to 69.47. That could get filled someday. But you know what? Maybe we try and get Chi on the show. Do you have any contacts over there at just send a little email and see if he can come on the show? But it's just never see such a decoupling of the markets. Now, what we have to determine here is this just a one, is this really gonna, hold up over the course of time?
Yeah.
One day is not, enough to make that determination. So I'm not touching them, but good one. You have to ping them. But there it is, man. Buy the dip did work. It just depends when you bought it. Pin duo. These charts are just so disastrous. I'm going to say this is coming up near the upper part of the range. So if you thought the worst was over, you're wrong. Capitulation, maybe. We'll have to. We'll just have to stay the course. Is all we can do here on pre-market prep.
And at that one that was an area that I thought would come down a little bit further to, and didn't come down as far as I thought, was these casinos, like the ones that have exposure to Macau, right? You got Las Vegas Sands, you got Wynn Resort. Las Vegas Sands took the hit at the open, which kind of expected there. Wynn only down 3.74%. That's interesting to me. I thought that would get hit a little bit harder on this news, but just trying to look at some areas that maybe somewhere where the China stocks didn't get hit as hard as some of the other ones, but still the casinos, I don't know. How can you even be bullish these?
These stocks have been in downtrends for months. So to see the news hit them again, it's just more of the same. What's different about this is that the way our markets are holding up, not that this is anything new phenomena what's going on in the Chinese stocks. It's just that adverse reaction in our markets is what I'm talking about. So I don't know. I've never been a fan of these gambling stocks. You guys have. Where's DraftKings? Is that back at $10 yet? Nope. Coming up in support.
NFL hype done.
Man, we have Penn. Where's Penn? Stein. Well, that's not a bad looking chart. If maybe hit a long-term bottom there, 26 to 32. Little bit of a pullback and now regaining its momentum, but football season sure isn't helping it out. But their gaming stocks are not in. What is in? What's up? Oil stocks, right?
Yeah, well, let's start with the leading sector. We'll go with the defensive names, right? Oil wasn't the best move today. Overall, still down on the day, but it didn't crack, and so that trade definitely didn't crack. But let's talk about some of the defensive names that were doing well today. Discount store leading the industries in consumer defensives, and names like Costco and Burlington, Dollar Tree having a good day today. And so we're starting to see a little bit of a trend in these discount stores. They're starting to catch some bid here. Dollar Tree coming back a little bit, almost into a big gap zone to the left.
There is, and moving up, 2-day move, strong move on Friday for Dollar Tree. Nothing up there until you get to the top of the earnings gap that comes in at 153.17, and you see all the air in there. But yeah, nice 2-day move, distancing itself from that 135 area where the big boys. We got Dollar Tree and how's the General? Dollar General having a good day too.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming up to an interesting area, folks. What's the monthly high here, or last month's high? Keep an eye. That September high, 249.22. Current high, 248.44. Then you got a nice move up here, up to 259.65. So coming up, monthly high coming up at the end of the month.
It's something to keep on watch. We'll see how these discount stores perform. I did see some beverages have a good day today. It seems like it was defensive day overall. Not bad plays to
How's
keep on
Pepsi doing?
watch.
Is that thing at
Yeah,
180?
that's the one that I was kind of keeping a watch on. And of course, the big thing I think with that PepsiCo is that it's still in a bullish sense, right? And then you also got Coca-Cola coming into play, right? Coca-Cola's earnings tomorrow before the open. Would this be a play maybe that was making a move today on Coke, getting a little run before the earnings?
Yeah, not certainly not keeping up with Pepsi, but capped up, shorts covering ahead of the report, 54 to 58. That's a pretty big move. Maybe if they whack it, come back down to 56. I think I'd be a buyer at 56. And then the first time up, not much at 59. Really, no daily highs at 60, but I'll go wide. I'll say on a dip, 56, on a rip, maybe 60 for Coca-Cola, but that has not been performing anything like your Pepsi-Cola, PepsiCo Inc. And then what's the one you liked the other day?
KDP.
I do like Dr. Pepper. Ooh, back up, man. No such thing as a triple top, 38.50. Goldman downticked this thing. This is where Goldman downgraded this thing. I know for sure because I wrote an article about it. But let's keep an eye on 38.50 for Keurig. Dr. Pepper. I do like Dr. Pepper though. That Sprite or Dr. Pepper? Who makes Sprite? Is that
Coke.
Coke?
It's Coke. It's Coke product. Yep,
Okay.
definitely. I know my Sprite. Those are two that I drink is either ginger ale or Sprite. That's all they get.
What about Verner's? You ever had a Verner's?
Yeah, Verner's is not bad. You can't go wrong.
You got them out there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, no,
you know,
I've had it. I've had in not down here and up north. So, no, not too bad. Let's get over to some healthcare names. Not having a bad day there.
Merck,
Healthcare
Merck.
plants. Yeah.
Is this a new all-time high? This is. Oh, we can have the Triple D valuation talk tomorrow. Brought to you by PreMarket Prep. Let's see. Let's go.
Wow. What a
it's not
takeoff
even
by Merck.
You know what? My 20-year chart doesn't do it justice. Because this thing was up in the 90s back. I previous owned it, didn't rebuy it. I bought it. I bought this. This is one of the ones that I bought recently that I don't have buyer's remorse yet, but I know it was. I know it was on the monthlies, and I can't remember why. I think I bought it like right like here, and it went to here, and I'm like, okay, that's a loser. Now back at all-time high. Do we have Merck news today?
I'll look into tape, but definitely I do see that 2000 price. I mean,
you got the 2000 price on there?
Yeah, I can see it. The high there is 87.25, and that was in December of 2000.
It didn't get into the 90s back then. No, you're right. It was the high
87.25.
Wow. Look at that. Just for you Merck traders, that's a big 2-day move. Holy mackerel. Collaborating with Moderna on cancer vaccines. That could be a big one. That's just for me being afraid of heights. Like I owned if I owned like the 97 calls or 98 calls or something, maybe I would try and lay up and sell the 99s or 100s. I don't think you've seen a 2-day move in Merck like that in ages, let alone your move since the middle of the month, 90 to 98. I guess maybe instead of trying to pick a top, just keep an eye on the high close for the move. That's going to come today. Let's say we close here 97.50. I will use that to pivot off tomorrow. Spoos are leaking. We got some leaking going on. We hit at that 38.20. We hit the that was the October 5th high, my birthday high. That was the highest number I had on my sheet. The day after my birthday, 38.1950. We hit that. You only got through by a couple bucks, and now you're pulling back. But boy, that Merck, what a move! And then I asked you about J&J. Another huge 2-day move. Wow, what a move into value. What did I want to check Moderna? How's is if they're collaborating with Merck? Moderna's doing okay. Got to get to that 140 and change in Moderna mRNA.
Healthcare, guys, is definitely a sector that I've seen a lot kind of money rotate and talk about healthcare. I talk to a lot of analysts. They keep mentioning healthcare as one of the areas they're looking for, especially going into next year. I think this is an area that we all need to keep in watch, whether it be in healthcare plans, whether it be in the major drug manufacturers, biotech. There's a lot here that we got to keep on our eyes on. The ones that got really hurt last week, diagnostics and research stocks, those were getting pounded on, coming back a little bit today. So keep your eyes on some of those names. Definitely those are smaller names, so I'm not going to call out some of those. An interesting area is healthcare plans. I played on this one, already got out today, CVS, but it seems like it's a bunch of these starting to get moving. The best one I think would be Molina Healthcare or Cardinal Health. If you're looking at some of these, they
bought the dip. They bought the dip into CVS, huh? The bad news. It had the bad day. It undercut the low. 1, 2, 3, 4 lows in the same area. And now back up, trying to fill the gap. Yep, from that plan day. Boy, that gave you a shot here. What was that, under $84, $85? And that was probably the washout. It washed out, made the low on the same day as the consumer price index low at 86.28. Big volume on that day as well. Now back up. CVS looking good. WBA, I'm sure that's probably up a nickel. No, up 38 cents. That chart's not looking too bad. Always been the lagger. Walgreens Boots Lines. You mentioned Molina Healthcare. M-O-H. Whoa, Molina. That's a new all-time high here. Had to keep an eye on that one. The big component, UNH. That's on its way too. I think that had earnings, I believe, a week or so ago. That's looking good. That's moving back up to new all-time high. So, you got targets on these things. If you've been waiting for the all-time high, it looks like it's coming pretty soon for these issues.
And it looks like there's price increases to COVID vaccines. And I will state this also. My father just got another vaccine. And I've been telling him, I'm like, man, how many you have now? He's like, I think it's like 5 of these shots. So I'm like, well, they don't affect you much. So at least you could be my guinea pig. I tell my dad all the time. But hey, it looks like there's more and more shots coming out. So if there's another shot that you need to take, well, that's another boost to the revenue, right? So who knows? Maybe these companies are getting a little boost from some COVID vaccine mentions out there. I did see some mentions out there, of course, with Pfizer, Moderna throughout the weekend about COVID vaccine shots and their prices increasing. I know we got to keep looking out in the market. One stock that caught me by surprise, up 16%. Yes, I said it. There's a stock up 16%. And it's not a penny play. It's Avis budget. And look at that one. Got to give it to JP Morgan as they upgraded them this morning to overweight and announced a 231 price target.
Let's see. Good old Avis. Are they reporting soon? I thought I saw someone mentioned it.
Yeah, they report 7 days from now on.
Okay,
31st.
7 days. Man, yes. It's a big range. I mean, you couldn't have just closed your eyes and bought it either. Opened $13 higher, came in, didn't get to the top of yesterday's range, 192. That would have been it. 194.39, and then there you explode. Doubling the volume from Friday, so that's a good thing. A little bit of a 2-day move here from 180 to 190. This one, Mitch, if you want to take this one, you can. Man. These are stupid.
The only thing I said was today, and I mentioned this on Stock Market Movers. I said, I can't tell you anything about that car chart because I don't even know why it's still up here. But Hertz. Maybe this gets Hertz moving, right? Hertz has kind of been a forgotten one now. And a lot of that is because what they're going through, but it's on the bottom of the chart, right? It's kind of sleepy down here. It's been sideways. Just got the motor going today with the boost that I'm sure Avis budget got today. So I'm gonna keep this one on my radar. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be looking to maybe long term have Hertz. Definitely not. But who knows? Maybe I can rent it and make a play up if Avis wants to continue.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to call it 19. I'm going to call it right here, right now, 1870. That spot's 3 highs here back from the 19th, 20th, and 21st of September. You've hit that. That's been a roadblock. So the 2-day rally up from 17, very important to clear 1870 tomorrow. Doesn't look like we're going to do it yet today, but you know how I love my 3 tops in the same area. That was also going back to late July. That was like a gap up area when you ran up over 22 and change. So I like the move. I just don't like the resistance it's running into. We must have some selling balances here, folks, because we've lost 13 handles here off that. I only made it a 4-star at 38.20. Still looks like we're going to have a good day. It still looks like we're going to have a new closing high for the month. But selling off here a little bit into the close. So maybe the China news is not as great as everyone thought. I was thinking of Hertz. Oh, I know what I wanted to check. These travel stuff. Oh, look at the CCL bunching up here. Travel. RCL had a quad top. It got through it. Not by much, but that's looking okay. It maybe got a little play. NCLH, who was that brave soul? We even called him out on it. I think, go back here, Mitch. Let's see how good my rusty old memory is.
All right, let's see.
I think that I'm gonna call this guy. The guy or the girl on October 12th upgraded NCLH. Right? Is that the day?
Let's see it. I have let me fix the dates here. Come on. I have the 12th. Yeah, you're right. You're right. UBS. Robin Farley is the analyst that.
So it could be a girl. It could be a girl.
It could be with the Robin, right? Yeah, Robin, definitely.
Big old move there, man. Robin nailed it. We got room up here if you're trading this. So you got the triple top.
He hit the price target, 15.
Really?
he already hit it.
I didn't think it would be that soon. Double top at 1571, 1580. That was flanked by 2 other highs just under 1550. Today's high not there. So I don't think it's going to be as easy sledding here in the next 40, 50 cents from 1440 up to or 1550 to 1580. Spoo's continuing to leak here coming into the close. We got 7 minutes left to get a close above 3,800 for the first time this month. I gave the upgrade tongue in cheek. You guys know when I give those upgrades, and it's just because I was happy with the service. Oh, this one steward did kind of kick my leg with the cart, but that maybe is because I was stretching out in the aisle. But anyways, we got room up to 3374 in DAL. Let's look at UAL, United Airlines. Ooh, big move for that one, 42. We'll see what's going on at 42. Also got some action in the monthlies here at 42. That's a big level. What else is still? Oh, Love, LUV. Didn't see many Love terminals. That's up 62 cents. Looks like you still got some move here up to 34.23. Alaska Airlines, ALK, that's having a good move, but man, got to knock that 43 seller out of there. That's 5-star resistance. S&Ps, we're leaking here big time. I don't know if we're going to get that 3,800 close. Currently up 39.25 handles, 39 handles, 38 handles. We're falling out of bed here, Mitch. What are you doing?
Well, falling asleep because it looks like Logitech is going to make up the whole move. Remember Logitech in the pandemic? Everyone wanted something from the computer parts. Everyone wanted, everything was late. And now look where it's at. It's back down.
Holy mackerel.
Right?
Not
This thing
yet
went
to
to
the
140.
oh, man, not yet to the COVID low. I don't even know how to get a trend line off this
That's
thing.
what you
Hold
call
on.
a mountain right there. Look at that monthly chart. We
I
climbed the mountain. Now we're down the mountain.
I guess I haven't bought enough of those Logitech cameras or whatever, or Logitech mouses or whatever. Oh boy, not a bad move here. I'd have to go. I mean, I wouldn't want it. I mean, I know this has been a huge downtrend or whatever. I wouldn't want to be short going into this report, and that that says something. I think though, if they don't like the report and they hit it, I think you may get a little bit of the buy the dip opportunity here. You did have your 42 buyers stepped up to 43. You had three lows at that 43 area. So 42 and 43 is where I'd be trying to buy the dip. If I was trying to scalp out of some options that I had playing the calls and playing over the premium, yeah, it's hard to ignore this 48.50 area, 3, 4, 5 highs right in that area. So that's looking at Logitech. Yeah, EKS, Logitech mouse and keyboard. I mean, who doesn't have something from Logitech in their computer setup? I
Right? I
mean,
look around and I see three different things already, but I'm not going to get into that. We'll take a look at some stocks that will be coming tomorrow. Of course, there's a lot on the earnings calendar. If you guys haven't gotten our earnings calendar, definitely go to our Twitter and you guys can pull this same graphic that we're putting up on the screen right now. You'll get GM tomorrow, UPS. I think those are two major reports that we need to focus on. UPS. What is going to go
UPS
on?
Brown delivers.
Brown.
170, 170, 170 here. I see the resistance here. It's 2-star resistance. Intermediate got a gap to fill under 175 up to 173.77. So I a quick flash up to 174. On a downturn here from 155 to 170, 15-point move, 7.5. If they hit this on a report, maybe look it on the cheap on a 161, 162 area. FedEx, they're the one that started this whole debacle with earnings warning. Still really
Exactly.
hasn't recovered. Can't clear that 160 hurdle. Just hanging out in the middle. Did we? What was the low of the move in FedEx? FedEx, let's call it 142. Let's call it 161. 20, basically, 20-point move, 10 points. On a dip, I'd have to take a shot 150, 151 if you're a long-term investor, leaning on the low of the move, though.
I'll tell you what, Daniel B. I know I told you where to get it, and you might have been a little lazy, but guess what? I love you still, Daniel, and I got you the link here. So all you got to do is now click this link, and you'll get that Twitter post there so you can get the image. I got you, Daniel B. No worries. That's what we're here for. All right, let's take a look at the other one that I think is an important one. Is going to be GM, as we hear more and more mentions of what's going on in the EV space. Of course, GM wants to be a leader there. Will they give us some supply news or some kind of concerns? We're going to have to wait and see.
Wow, GM is reporting. Boom, boom. We did talk about the major support in the 31 to 31.5 area. So say whack it. That's the area. There's other areas of intermediate support ahead of that. If I was stuck short, they hit it. 33. That doesn't even look like it's coming in the cards here. Things are wide open on the upside. There was some paper at 36, but that was on the way down. They probably moved themselves out of there. I'm not going to pay attention, or I will pay a little bit of attention to 36.72 high. But I got a gap fill up to 37.19 and also had a close on that September 22nd day. So those are some potential resistance areas on a good report by GM.
Well, we'll see if Tesla, we'll see if Elon gives us some news. I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be looking. He still needs 5.4 billion of new equity needed. I'm looking on the tape. We'll wait. We'll wait to see.
I'm telling you, I just would feel such a fool if this deal, I'm just so tempted to buy puts in this thing. I don't know, just like something tells me that he's gonna like say, "I'm out," and then they're like, but we'll see.
I mean, maybe he needed a little more time to set up his case, right? It could have been just a play. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We'll see you tomorrow. Pre-market prep. Be there, like my man Dennis would say. I'll see you tomorrow, Joel. You have a good one. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Like always, stay tuned right here. Benzinga is where you want to be to stay up with all the market action. We'll see you on Pre-Market Prep tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. And hit the thumbs up on your way out. And if you didn't catch today's stock market movers, go ahead and check it out. It's a great show to get you all the headlines and, of course, the expert opinions. Today we interviewed Spruce Point Capital. Go check out the research that they've put out. And they gave an update on Skechers that should maybe be on your radar. I'll see you next time, team. Hit the like on your way out.